Go for it.
Hi everyone, I am Annalandria Tanya 22. Welcome back to episode 4 of Fun with Voice Acting. Today I have a man who needs no introduction. He is the voice of Yakko.
Hello.
And Pinky.
Yep, that's me.
Also a bunch of many things. You can IMDb him. He's a great, great guy. And
Well, wait a minute. I'm a great... You don't even know me. I mean, that's very sweet of you, but I'm not a really great guy. Actually, I'm waiting to meet my parole officer in a few minutes, so we better talk because I might be in jail by the end of the day. Hi, honey. How are you?
Hi, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thanks for having me before I go to jail. So go ahead and ask me your questions. It'd be a pleasure.
Okay, and this is going to be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme. And to start off, how did you get the role of voicing Donatello?
Well, that was interesting, actually, because you're talking about the latest iteration of Ninja Turtles, which is now
Yes,
on
sir.
Nickelodeon. Yeah. And I got a phone call from my agent, I think back in 2010, reminding me that Viacom, who owns Nickelodeon, had bought the rights to Ninja Turtles, and she said they want to know if you want to read for the voice of Donatello. And your viewers may not know that I was the voice of Raphael in the original Ninja Turtles, probably before you were born. And before you were born. Thank you for that. Beautiful camera girl is holding
that.
up, and also
And the supporter.
Melody too.
Raphael is my favorite.
Thank you, sweetie. Clearly you are a woman with impeccable taste with respect to terrapins. I told my agent, did they know who I am? When they wanted me to read for Donatello, not out of arrogance, but because I didn't want to get in there and have them realize that I had already been one of the Ninja Turtles at the very beginning, and it could have made for an awkward situation. Well, what I didn't realize, and didn't occur to me until then, was that people like you had been growing up watching the stuff that I'd been working on, and now they were in a position of producing the show. So the response from Nickelodeon came back, and it was, oh, no, we know exactly who you are. We love Raphael, we love Pinky, we love Carl Weezer, all these other characters. We just think you'd be good for our version of Donatello if you don't mind reading. And of course I didn't mind reading. And so one thing led to another, and I got the job, and we've done 100 episodes, so I'm a two-time turtle, and I've gotten 2 rides in the turtle van. If I live to be 100, I can do all 4 of them.
I believe it. And second one, what was it like for you working with the cast and crew of Tmnt?
Oh, it's great, and it still is great. As a matter of fact, Monday I'll be doing some post-production on another episode, so I will see Sean Astin, who is Raphael now, and Seth Green, who's Leonardo, and Greg Sipes, who's Michelangelo. And, I will be seeing those guys on Monday, and it's just fantastic. They're really good guys, very talented, but just delightful, as are the original Turtles. Townsend Coleman, who is Michelangelo, Barry Gordon was Donatello, Cam Clark was Leo, and I was Raphael.
Love those guys.
They're great guys. And April O'Neil, who you played yesterday, you're cosplaying April, very cute. Donnie's girlfriend. And Renee Jacobs, who is the original April O'Neil, is just sweet and delightful, and I see them all the time, and we do cons together. And now Mae Whitman is the voice of April O'Neil in the new show. So it's a remarkable group of people.
And third one, what do you like about being a voice actor?
Oh, I get to come and hang out with hot chicks like you. Are you kidding me? I may have been born at night, but not last night. No, well, the obvious answer is that you get to make a nice living doing what you used to get in trouble for. You know, I go to work every day and play, and I have to maintain this sort of excited, youthful exuberance when I'm at work because it helps me get my job. But probably the best thing is, well, it's twofold. When you're an actor and you don't have to worry about the way you look, it's really cool because I get hired for things with my voice that I would never have been considered for on camera. Like, I did a character for a long time called, oh, you're gonna throw up, aren't you? Oh no, it happens to me all the time with girls. I'm Carl Weezer. And now our beautiful camera lady's throwing up too. I'm so sorry. But those are characters that I would never have been considered for on camera. And so I'm not limited by being an average-looking guy old enough to be your probably grandfather. The other side of that, though, is that coming to conventions, coming to things like this is the greatest thing for me. I get to meet people now all over the world who come to me at every convention, and they just cannot express enough how deeply the characters that I've worked on have affected them in a positive way. And that's just me, let alone all the other folks who've been doing this forever. So that is probably the best thing, because it's just an incredible gift to get a chance to meet all these great folks who you go home exhausted from saying thank you. It's an incredible experience.
Awesome. And next one, aside from Donatello, who's your favorite TMNT character and why?
Oh, I suppose Michelangelo. Everybody likes Mikey because he's a party dude and gets to be a total free spirit, yo. I think Mikey is just he's probably, if you took a vote of all the TMNT fans in the world, I would think Michelangelo would probably come out number one, because he reflects that joie de vivre and laid-back, pizza-eating turtle vibe. And I got to tell you, Greg Sipes, I love you, my brother. I mean, you know this. I really love you. But if there was a person more sort of perfectly cast in his role than Greg Sipes, I don't know them. Greg Sipes lives like Mikey.
He is Mikey.
You know Greg? Yeah. He is totally Michelangelo. And the way he moves through life, the way he looks at life, he's just a joy to be around, just like Mikey. He's a purely joyful man.
That's great. And as Donatello, what is your favorite line?
She's the most beautiful human girl I've ever seen, I think is probably my favorite line. And then Raphael says, she's the only human you've ever seen, you idiot. I guess probably, well, or I don't remember. There was one line, several lines about technical. Hey, is that a flux capacitor, blah, 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 blah? But usually it's something to do with his romantic interest in April. And look, your face, your face is telling the same color as my name. This is getting all pinky in there. I really like the fact that Donnie has a girlfriend. And you know what? That's actually been a huge component of this version of the show. There are a lot of people who really dig the fact that that Donnie has a girlfriend, and there's this romantic, unrequited love triangle between Casey.
Interspecies.
Yeah, interspecies romance, man. And it's like this forbidden love triangle with Casey Jones in the mix with Josh Peck, great guy.
You could totally be Casey.
Oh, totally. And he's such a good guy, and he's so handsome, it's not even fair. He walks into the room and just, I hate you. You're 30 years younger than me, and you're handsome, way more handsome.
All my money's on Donnie, dude.
Oh, thank you, honey. That's why I dig the hot chicks.
And what is your favorite TMNT episode and why?
There's one where Donnie becomes like this crazy monster driving a race car called Hot Rod Donnie or whatever it's called, or Daredevil Donnie or something, which crazy over the top monster. He gets taken over by this weird entity and goes driving through these mountain roads as a crazy madman. And
I loved it. It almost didn't sound like you.
Good. Well, that was the idea. And I think that's my favorite episode. I don't know. There's one where when we find Master Splinter and we realize she's alive. That's really cool. Hoon Lee, who plays Master Splinter in our show, is just a world-class talent, stage and screen and voice. He was a regular in, was it a fantastic show on FX? I can't remember it, but he's just a marvelous voice actor, and he did, I don't know, 6-month run on Broadway in the lead role of The King and I. Some wonderful talent. Working with Hoon in the episode in which we are able to find out that Splinter is indeed alive is huge. It was cool.
That's great. And if you could offer advice to Donatello, what would it be?
Find yourself a girl named Melody. And there are 2 of them here. So it's an embarrassment of riches, dude. Come to OK City, find a couple of melodies, check out the one who's got Donnie on her little lanyard, and you're set up. You're living in paradise, my brother. Pizza, chicks, happy.
And who do you think would win in a fight between Donatello and the 80s Raphael, and what would it sound like?
Oh God. It would. I would think probably what is this? 2017. The current Donatello would probably win, because he has all this technology at his disposal. He's a badass, but he's not, the primary fighter. But he's still a badass. He's a badass because he makes cool gizmos. So the fight would probably sound something like, hey, Donnie, you think you're a badass? Well, check this out, dude. I'm Raphael, and I can kick your shell 3 ways, up, down, and continuously. And then Donnie would say, oh yeah, Raph, stand right there. Bye-bye. So that's what it would sound like.
Awesome. And what does Booyakasha mean?
I don't know. Greg Sipes actually would know. And if I'm not mistaken, Greg was the one who suggested Booyakasha as an updated version of Cowabunga to Ciro Nieli, our producer of the show. And I believe it has something to do with some Eastern metaphysical discipline. I don't really know, but if you really want to know, you can Google it, or you can ask Greg Sipes.
Awesome. And do you have any funny blooper moments while you were in the booth recording?
Oh my goodness, many. I can't remember them all, honestly, and it's not me trying to be coy. When you've been doing this as long as I have, there are plenty of moments when you have a group of grown-ups in a recording booth talking like critters. Yeah, there are plenty of them. I wish I could give a specific one. I don't have one at the moment, but I'm an old turtle. Turtles live a long time, though, clearly. But it is a hell of a lot of fun. And if you get to Los Angeles someday and we happen to be recording a show, you should come watch it. It's really a gas to hang out with those people.
Awesome. And do you have any social media accounts where the fans can connect with you?
Yes, thank you. My Twitter handle is very easy. It's at Yakko Pinky, all one word, YAKKOPINKY. Or should I say YAKKOPINKY?
It's my childhood right there.
Let's see, Facebook, Rob Paulsen, voice actor. There's a Facebook fan page, Paulsen. And then on Instagram, it's Rob_Paulsen, Paulsen. And I'm bound and determined this year to figure out how to work Snapchat. But you can find me on the other 3. You'd think that Donatello would know how to work a frickin' Snapchat. Life does not imitate art in that instance.
And lastly, is there anything you'd like to say to your fans?
I would like to say thank you so much. You have no idea the extent to which your kindness to all of us who make our livings doing this, what it means to us. As I said earlier, the thing I love about these conventions is that we get a chance to come back and meet all of you. And we will never honestly be able to repay you for your kindness. You let us into your homes and your hearts, in my case for over 30 years. And we never take it for granted. So just one big thank you. There's a lot more cool stuff to come. And I'm getting old, but I ain't dead, so I should be around for a little while longer. But please keep coming to these conventions. You get a chance to meet these wonderful actors who are so delightful. They're so nice, and like me, they get such a kick out of meeting all of you guys. We've been friends for 30 years, and we just didn't know it until today. It's pretty cool. So thank you, and Happy New Year.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed this interview. Mr. Paulsen, thank you so very much for joining us. It was such an honor.
It's my pleasure, Melody 1. Now they're going to say hi to Melody 2. Bye. There's Melody 2.